Hello everybody, thank you for joining us. Today we're going to do a quick sketch of Mayor Quimby, or I believe his first name, his first name is Joseph. So it's Joseph Fitzgerald Quimby from The Simpsons. So we're doing a head and shoulders shot because those are mostly the most recognizable characters in The Simpsons awesome franchise. Now we have a nice big oval because the mayor has a fairly large head, and we have shoulders which have to be necessarily rounded because he has this plump feel to him. And usually the mayor sports a suit, a blue suit, tie, because he is a mayor and a political figure. So we're going to put down some core framework lines. So let's have the mayor looking this way. And if you Google images, you'll be able to really find a lot of content on Mayor Quimby. But we will share what we have right here on the table. So Mayor Quimby, as many other Simpsons characters, is essentially a parody of someone, and that someone is former politician Ted Kennedy, but also the writer has mentioned that certain elements from other candidates from Kennedy's family have also been infused into Mayor Quimby. So hence, he has that quirky talking style, wisecracking, and at the same time very formal. So that's just a standard suit that we are going through, but if you wish, you could put this banner right around him that he mostly wears, and it has mayor written right over it. We cannot fit the whole, actually we probably can just go like that. And I believe that there's a napkin or a handkerchief or a napkin hanging from his pocket right here. And then the face lines for Mayor Quimby, let's get those in first. Like the typical Simpsons set of characters, just nice and clean, very generic, very basic. So if you have that slant going on the side and pretty much just stretched out oval here, we have the core shape going. So at the top we have the eyebrow right there. He's known for that nice large nose, and those kind, but again doubtful and very pensive eyes, mostly shown like that with that raised eyelid. So Mayor Quimby, again, as in the other Simpsons characters, is a parody but brilliantly done. So his success in the mayoral elections, whereby he has been repeatedly elected as mayor in spite of questionable tactics, is again it's a shot at American culture and ridicules sometimes even the people's choice of candidacy of the election of these candidates. So Mayor Quimby, who has been of course also known to be involved, if you should put it mildly, in promiscuous activities with different, it's implied, not necessarily shown, but it was also shown for one particular woman, and he's been involved with different women. He has what you call even claimed to have dealt with other candidates. So he has this head of hair with that receding hairline that goes all the way here and comes down, and then there's some unkempt hair like that. So I think that actually forms the core of the sketch for Mayor Quimby. And the brilliance of the character is that all the comments are funny, and he was created by the great David Stern, who most of you might know that Daniel Stern is a mainstream Hollywood actor from the Home Alone movies, and David is his brother, and he writes for different projects in American television. There's that little curl there, and he created Mayor Quimby and made him that purposeful parody of Kennedy and other associate members from the cabinet, from the former cabinet, of course, years ago. But it's done brilliantly in the sense that David mentioned that he enjoyed most writing Marge Simpson and her sisters, among others, but Mayor Quimby definitely one of the characters who are prominently shown in the Simpsons. And of course, he was designed by Matt Groening, according to David's vision, and brilliantly voiced by Dan Castellaneta. And it is still to date, actually, that is an ongoing endeavor, and it is a good one at that Mayor Quimby is always that welcome supporting character in The Simpsons and lends a lot of credibility. He's in the episode where Bart gets an F. Like, if you just check that episode out, he has a showing in that, like prominent showing in that episode. Alongside that, he's also had his run-ins with other politicians or candidates, and which one episode particularly focused on one of my other favorite characters, Sideshow Bob, who was formerly Krusty the Clown's assistant, and who had these murderous tendencies and is very well spoken. So Sideshow Bob ran for candidate and actually almost succeeded in sidelining Mayor Quimby. And that was one of the episodes in the show that Quimby's status quo took a hit. But then again, when Sideshow's side activities were unveiled, the candidature was tilted again in favor of Mayor Quimby. And so Springfield ended up with the lesser poison from that in that particular episode. Brilliantly done, and you should check it out. I do not remember that episode's name. It must be on Google, and yes, Simpsons will always remain valid and popular, and it will not be hard to find these episodes with minimum effort, with minimum searching efforts. Also, one of the other prominent things about Mayor Quimby is that he is shown to take advantage of any situation that he can get and become that ideal mayor during election time. For instance, in one of the episodes, Marge Simpson had a traffic ticket, and I remember that episode, one of my favorites. Well, they're all literally favorites, depending on if you are a fan of the older set of characterizations and the stories. The characters are true to their core to date, but certain storylines, certain little fine lines in animation changed along with the the seasons. So he literally had Marge Simpson pulled out of that sentence, and he had some very famous line there where he mentioned the purpose, and of course that he did not want to lose the support of the female voters because of Marge's untimely imprisonment so close to or in the midst of elections. So very typical American rhetoric and little cultural traces, but brilliantly portrayed as always. So we're just putting in some tones here. There are no tones in the cartoons, but if you would like to have fun and just throw in certain tones to give the sketch some extra life, yes, it can look very nice, and it might be that well intended and well done. In spite of just being a sketch this quick, it could be a well done gift for that Quimby fan that you know, and he would appreciate it very much. So there's Mayor Quimby. Thank you very much for watching. We put out content pretty much every day. Please check it out. Do subscribe. And till the next video, have yourself a wonderful day.